All right, so we're going to talk about combining the pushing and the grasping because we can't really grasp small areas with our hands. So we're going to utilize the pulling quality of this side-to-side rotating and weight shifting mechanic with the pushing to get some rotation in the lumbar spine. So I'm going to think about one hand purchasing on the hip, the ilium or iliac crest, depending on your size and their size. Reach as far over as you comfortably can without getting yourself in a weird leaned over position. The other hand is going to be placed on the rib cage here. And I'm going to do my same weight shift, waist turn technique. So I'm pulling back on his hip, pressing against the rib cage. When I go to switch, my weight shifts. Now I'm pulling on the rib cage and I'm pressing on this iliac crest. Twist. Twist, twist. So my body is turning to create rotation in his lumbar spine. Is that okay? Not too much? You'd be surprised how hard you can push and pull on people, and it feels pretty good. If you have any lumbar spinal stiffness, this is wonderful.
Would this be okay for like a psoas strain?
It would.
Or would it be really intense?
No, I mean, no more than being face down if the psoas is really strained, because that lordosis is problematic. But the psoas doesn't really do any rotation, so twisting like this shouldn't bother it. Multifidi and rotatory, QL maybe, but for the most part, we're thinking about spine rotators, the multifidi being one of the big ones. So. Gentle twist. The other thing this is good for is softening up the discs themselves. Moving discs makes them more jelly-like. If they're held still, they get really stiff. And they don't need to be stiff, they need to be soft. Easy enough? It looks simple. Remembering where your weight is and which direction to turn takes a little practice. Just remember, if I twist, one shoulder goes back, one goes forward. So don't try to pull and push with the ones in the opposite place. The shoulder going forward is my push. The shoulder coming back is my pull. Back and forth. This same pattern can get used if I'm working on a limb, particularly if I'm trying to use my grasping and I'm dragging their leg off the table, which happens a lot, or I'm dragging their arm off the table while I try to pull. I can switch from thinking about just grasping to grasping and pushing at the same time. So one hand is pulling, the other one I'm stabilizing the limb, just like that. I'll move to his leg glove so you can see it, but you'll have to turn it. So if I'm working on his leg here, the hand that's pulling back is countered by the hand that's pushing forward. So it doesn't look all that different from our alternating grasp. I'm just placing this other hand on the far side, or the same side rather, so that I don't roll his leg. Because if I'm just pulling, I'm going to work his leg over and over and over until eventually it's trying to fall off the table. So I can utilize that other hand to make sure that it doesn't come with me. Holding it put there.